All right, here we go. Go Sports Radio. Carver and Cuthbert here with you. Live from Borrelli's Taproom in Long Beach on the island. It's a doors open Thursday, but I got to tell you, we've had the doors open the last few weeks. Hasn't been this hot. It's a little bit hotter today for the doors open Thursday, but that's okay because it counteracts all the bitching and moaning I did in January and February when it was cold out. So I'll take this, Paulie, any day of the week here on a beautiful Thursday heading into the 4th of July weekend. Flying the Stars and Stripes after the United States 2-0 win over Bosnia last night in the round of 32, even though one of the more disgraceful officiating decisions I have ever seen in my life happened in that match, which we will discuss. The United States are moving on to Monday night. I mean, you got to be kidding me. Monday night down here for the United States and Belgium? Or do we got a Belgium waffle special, Mike, for Monday night? Giving you ideas here, Mike. Do we got a chicken and waffle, Belgium waffle special for Monday for the United States in Seattle? That will be Monday night at 8 o'clock East. Can't wait. We have that to discuss. The Yankees have lost 7 in a row. Typical June and July for the Yankees. Just like October will be typical. They'll lose like they do every year under Aaron Boone. Steve Cohen spoke yesterday. Met fans, I don't like what he had to say. That's for sure. Lots of moves in the NHL and the NBA, including new look Rangers. I mean, and how about the Utah Mammoth now having both Vinny Trocheck and Anders Lee to the roster? I mean, you talk about grit, playoff intensity. Utah just went up a couple notches after getting those two guys. And we'll talk about Jalen Brown to the Sixers. There is nothing like spitting in a guy's face more than thinking he is no good for you and you trade him to a division rival. That's where you say, this guy will never bother me. I think Jalen Brown's going to have a monster year in Philadelphia. He's going to go after the Celtics every chance he gets. So I'm excited for that too. Mike Carver along with Paul Cuthbert here at Borrelli's. Hi, Paul. How are you?
Happy Thursday, everybody, and yes, the weekend is here, and we are here at Borrelli's, as always, having a great time, a grand old time. The boss is in the house, and bartender Johnny's in today for bartender Tommy.
This might be, and glad for Johnny that he's here with us. I think this is how many shows have we done now?
This is show 69 today, buddy.
I don't think Tommy's missed a show.
No.
This might be Tommy's first miss that he hasn't been down here for one. I know he's got to get a little sun for the weekend. That's the first one I think Tommy hasn't been here. So good for Johnny. He'll be with us behind the bar. Come down and hang out over the next couple of hours as we are getting involved here on a big sports weekend. And Paulie, it's good to see you. How you doing?
Good to see you too, buddy, man. It's another day. We get up, we get moving, we roll, and we got some stuff to talk about.
We do.
Which is great. That's why we do this.
And I'm going to start with the soccer, obviously, as we should, after that last night. 2-0 win for the United States over Bosnia. You had, of course, the goal by Flo Bellogun at the end of the first half, and, man, he was knocking on the door. He had a goal taken back for offsides. He had another time where he was taken down in the box that maybe could have been a penalty. Flo was all over the place, and unfortunately for him, then he got all over a defender in the second half and got his foot on the back of his ankle, which got him a red card and sent off. But before we get into that, because that is a lot to get into, especially with what it means for the next match for the United States. A really big spot for them, Paulie, last night in that they have never been a favorite in a knockout match before like they were last night. It's only the second time they've ever won a knockout match at the World Cup. There was a lot of pressure and intensity on them, especially when they got down to 10 men for the last 30, 35 minutes. Really 40 when you count the extra 10 that was added on in the back. Really incredible job by that group last night, getting through it. Bosnia did the things that I thought they were going to do. They were trying to turn the game into a bit of a street fight. They were trying to turn it because they couldn't really run with the United States offensively. They needed to try to, make the game messy, and they did at points, and they especially did after Flo went out. But all hats off to them. And look, there's more work to be done, but It's not often you can win a knockout game on home soil in the World Cup. You don't get many opportunities to do it, and the United States did it last night, Paulie, so all hats off to them.
Yeah, good job. Good job. I wasn't too impressed with
No,
the
don't
overall
sound
game.
impressed.
I wasn't impressed with the overall game. No. Thought it was
I mean, they won 2-0. They did the job.
I called 2-0 yesterday. They did what I told them to do, you know what I'm saying? No, I'm just
What more do you want from them?
Look, Bosnia is not a very good soccer team, and the US did well. 10-man. Tillman's goal was fantastic. That's a bright spot.
It was
for
as they would say over there,
American.
It was a
soccer
cracker.
history.
It was a cracker.
Great goal. But I think that's it, though. I think the U.S. run is good. I don't think they'll beat Belgium because I don't think they're a very good team.
Man, that's just an awful job by you to say all that. I mean, that's just not right whatsoever. I mean, you talk about letting the air out of the balloon. I mean, we come out here and we're looking for positivity and we're looking for people to be pumped up, and you come in here with that. Like, I mean, that's just.
I was calling the reality. I think it's great that they won. It's
they are now.
It wasn't a good soccer game, man. It really wasn't.
Right. Again, before I get to the nonsense, I thought that they played extremely well. I thought in the first half, the way now could they have scored a couple more goals? They had a lot of opportunities to score more goals. There's no question about that. But I love that they pushed the pace. I love that they controlled the pace. I love that they were putting pressure. I love that they were trying things. They were the better team. And if you want to say it's because Bosnia is not very good, they made the knockout round of the World Cup. So, they weren't exactly, they weren't playing, the Red Bulls or the MLS. I mean, they were playing Bosnia's a good, they have some good players too. So give them a break. I'm
very happy the United States won. It was great. The atmosphere here last night at Borrelli's was fantastic. It's good stuff. I love the stadium being packed, the passion. I give a lot of credit to the fans in town. It was just really awesome to see all that stuff in the crowd and stuff, the costumes and the spirit. And I think it was fantastic. All right. I think it's really good. And it's great for the U.S. soccer team and this coach and this team and everything.
I love the coach. I love this guy.
I think it's excellent. Now, I'm just an old man who's, on the soccer side of things, it was a disappointing game. I wasn't impressed really with Bosnia. And I really wasn't impressed with as far as, the United States not taking full advantage of a team. And it's not so much on the team side. I think it's just the game. I think the game itself, whether it's just teams playing, not to lose, that kind of a vibe. And I just, that feeling.
The United States did not play not to lose. They were pushing the play the entire night until they got down to 10 men. When you lose a guy, you can't play the same way that you were playing.
It's more on the Bosnia side for me. Sometimes on that European side of ball, they play kind of not to lose. I just
because that's and look, they were, these teams all have different styles. Bosnia is in France. They don't have the type of creators and offensive skill
how many good quality shots did Bosnia?
Well, they had two, I thought, really good opportunities in the first half. I thought that they had two really good chances in the first half that the United States had to stop. So I wouldn't say it was completely that they did nothing the entire match. I thought the USA, all before Belogun got sent off, overwhelmed them and outplayed them and were better than them. And it's something that you don't normally see out of a United States team, specifically in a knockout round of a World Cup game, that they're the ones pressing the matter. That to me was the biggest thing of all. So I thought it was a tremendous job by everybody. And you know what? Now let's get to the other side of it, which is what it looks like now. Before I go there, the coach, this Pochettino, I love this guy.
He is very good.
I mean, he's, Argentinian guy. I love that he's wearing that same outfit every single match. I love how excited he gets. I love his interactions with the crowd afterwards.
The Bosnian coach who kind of gave up, sat on the sideline, sat on.
Did you like his suit?
Yeah, but he kind of sat and just kind of whimpered and stuff. And U.S. coach was involved in the game right down to the last second. So it's definitely a different style of play.
Well, I mean, they're a little bit more buttoned up, I guess you could say. I guess he's a little bit more
buttoned up. Well, he was animated there.
He was upset at some of the, I don't know why.
And I think that's when he just kind of surrendered. We can talk about the officiating a little bit as far as the game is concerned. And that's a big aspect of these games as well too. I mean, watching soccer, the guys getting, clipped or touched and they go down like they've just stepped on a landmine or been shot. It's that extra BS is just totally sickening to me. I just can't stand it, especially guys like us who watch, the NFL and hockey and stuff. And you see these guys, just the acting is just ridiculous.
I understand that. But I see Chris even said in the chat, Bosnia didn't play good. Yeah, but can we give the United States a little credit for them not playing good? I mean, can it? Why does it have to be, they're just not good? Maybe one team played really well and made that team not be good. Because that's what happened last night.
No,
that's
I'm not
how it went.
taking anything away from the United States winning. My primary thing is it wasn't a good soccer game, okay? U.S. came on top. They were favored, right? They won the game.
I mean,
beautiful goal by Tillman.
Look,
they got it with 10 men down. All good stuff. I think that's it, though. I don't see them beating Belgium, and I certainly don't see them advancing any further because I don't feel they have enough of more to give than what they gave Bosnia last
I disagree.
That's fine. That's why we're here. We disagree about things.
Now, I will tell you, I think that their chances of winning this game on Monday night have now been seriously complicated by this jerk-off ref's decision that he made last night. Now, I have watched a lot, and you know this because I obviously have to do it. I talk about it at Bet Rivers, and we're betting on the soccer, and we're doing all that.
Don't mention if you've done it in high school because I got labeled yesterday on the Facebook and the YouTube comments.
Oh, I saw that. Yeah, I did see that. I've watched a lot of this World Cup, and there have been matches in this World Cup where I can't believe the things the refs didn't call and the things that the refs stayed out of. And the non-calls. I mean, some of these matches have been like UFC fights out there, and the refs are not calling anything at all. I saw the great Lionel Messi in a group stage match against Algeria do the same exact thing that Flo Balogun did last night.
Different name on the back
and
of that
with
sweater.
More intent because he ran up behind the guy and stepped on his ankle and got no card at all, didn't even VAR it to that point. For them last night, you want to tell me it was a yellow card? They were both going for the ball. He was not intending to step on the back of his ankle.
I don't know.
And by the letter of the slow freeze frame law, should it have been a red card? Maybe. But in fast speed, without the dopey VAR, there's no intent. The intent is not there. They're both trying for the ball. I thought in that spot, it was one of the more horrendous calls I've ever seen. And now it affects them moving forward because, sure, they were able to get through last night. And what an awful job by the guys on TV. And Strong and Holden do a good job. They calling the games. They did not emphasize enough that this guy isn't playing the next game. Now, after the game, they got into it a little bit more. But they really, there's a lot of people watching who don't normally watch soccer. You got to let people know that this is a longer-term thing that this clown ref did last night, because now Flo Balogun misses Monday night's game against Belgium, and that's where things get sticky for me, because my biggest point going into this was that the United States on home soil have an opportunity to go far, but I need to see them finally beat a team that they never beat at the World Cup.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Belgium, in my opinion, would qualify that, even though Belgium have not looked great in this World Cup. They stormed back down 2 in the 85th minute yesterday to beat Senegal. They got a gift VAR call in the 120th minute to get a penalty kick and beat Senegal. But Belgium's the type of team that I've been wanting the United States to match up with in a knockout round at this World Cup on home soil to show that they are moving up a level in the world of soccer. But they needed this guy in the game to be able to do it, because this guy is on another level from their other guys. And I know everybody thinks that Pulisic is the best player on the United States, and I understand that. All the things. What Balogun does is something that the United States have never had on their teams. And I said this to you before the tournament started, that this guy's different. He's a different type of player. He's a different type of athlete. Did you see some of the things? I know those goals were called back. Did you see some of the stuff he was doing last night when he got the ball? He's incredible. and he's creative, and he makes goals out of nothing. And it's the type of player that you need to be able to advance in the World Cup knockout bracket. And for them to not have this guy now on Monday night, I don't want to sit here and say that they're definitely going to lose on Monday, because I do think that there are paths to them beating Belgium on Monday without Flo Balogun. But, man, I do not feel as good about it as I did beforehand. I really do not.
Yeah, well,
I don't feel as
unfortunately,
good about
we're
it.
never going to know now. So that's done. Look, you're not going to like my opinion on this too either, but it warranted the red card. It was an aggressive tackle. Maybe both guys going the same call. He got caught. And
They're both going for the ball.
I know, but like I said, and you can go on about Messi and other guys not getting called, and you can go on, and I agree with you. There's just a lot of stuff. You sit there and scratch your head, what gets called and what gets not. But again, if you're officiating these games too, and not necessarily that one particular call last night too, and you've got guys acting and pretending and just, I've been astonished by the amount of extra time that's been added on to all these games just because of guys faking injuries and laying on the ground, and it's just disgusting. It really is. It really tarnishes the games for me. But yes, if you look at it quickly, it doesn't look that bad. But he did ride his cleat down his leg. So it's all about the intent to injure. And I get it. I get it. It's tough. It's hard. He got caught. It is what it is. And I will back up the official on that, because I think it was the right call.
Man, you are total Darth Vader on the United States today. This is just complete evil empire stuff. For you to come in here with the evil empire routine today,
like you are, so we have different opinions. So that's all there is.
Right on the back, he wasn't treated.
Yeah, but it's the way he.
It's the way he rode. Stuck his ankle in the back of his ankle.
He rode his cleat down his leg. That's the problem.
But he was jumping for the ball and happened to land there. The intent, he did not go, let me spike the back of this guy's ankle right now. That's what red cards are for, when guys are intentionally doing things that are not right out on the pitch.
Once he knew he was there, he rode his cleat.
What did you want him to do? Fly? What did you want him to come, Peter Pan?
We don't have the guy here to interrogate him in terms of what his intentions were, right? So it is what it is. He got himself into an unfortunate position there, and he got caught. And whether you agree with it or not, he got a red card. He's out of the game. It's unfortunate. I get it. But it is what it is. And that's just the game. And in a game full of so much BS, which I do, I think it makes it really incredibly difficult to watch sometimes, as far as, and this is the World Cup game. It is trickling down into the European leagues too, because it's just such a part of it now. Like, you can go like this, oh, I'm dead, and then, like I said, try and officiate these games, and you don't know what's real, you don't know who's getting hurt or whatever, and then he gets a little help with VAR. So it is what it is, and I'm not bashing. I think it's great. The United States. I enjoyed watching the fan aspect of it, the atmosphere in the arena, and everything. But I just didn't think it was a great soccer game. But I get it. But look, we just have different views on it, man. That's all there is to it.
You just don't like it. You just don't like it.
Don't like what?
You just don't like it. You want the World Cup to end.
I told you
want it over
before
with.
The World Cup started that is probably going to go down to penalty kicks in the final, right? Because it's just the same thing all the time. But look, I'm not
with that. The last World Cup final.
Hey, I'll tell you what. On the other side of it, I
was
thought
an incredible match.
On the other side of it, I thought England's comeback yesterday against Congo was fantastic. And Kane scored a gorgeous goal. That was great. That was awesome.
That game was a slog for 80 minutes, and then they scored twice late.
But it was a great comeback. I didn't think they were going to come back, and that was an absolutely gorgeous goal by Kane. Don't get down on me.
I don't like this at all. I don't like this at all. I don't like what's come in here. I'm not feeling this. I'm just not. This is a day.
I am happy for the United States.
This is a day to celebrate and kill the ref. That what I'm saying is the not literally. I mean, to say what an awful job the guy did last night, and he did do an awful job in relation to what how the rest of this World Cup has been officiated. That guy did a horrendous, awful, pathetic job last night.
Last week you were saying how the World Cup brings people and nations together.
It does.
And now you are calling for someone to be taken out.
Well, I didn't say it like that. What I'm saying is I'm going to kill him verbally and say what an awful job that he did. Okay? Awful. Awful job in that spot by that ref. That pig ref that was out there. And I hope he never officiates another game again. That guy did a pathetic job in that match last night.
Oh, man.
Calling a red card on red. He even got to go over to a television and look at it, and he still came back with a red card. That was just awful. Awful job. And let me just tell you something. I'm sure this will end up in some clip somewhere, and you'll have somebody say, another American doesn't know anything about soccer. I watch more soccer than most people, okay? I know what goes on. All right? I know all about this stuff. I bet on it. I watch it. I know all about it. That was a horrendous red card last night on Flo Belgium. And it has now screwed the United States in their next match, where that guy would have been the difference against Belgium. And in fact, if he was playing Monday Night Bowley, they would win, no doubt about it, on skates against Belgium.
We'll never know. Because
he's that much of a difference out on the pitch. And I still think they win Monday night, but man, it's gonna be a really tough game now. Really tough. And it's a coin flip game, just like the odds say it is. The odds came out, and it was basically 50-50 game, and that's what it is. It's a 50-50 game. The United States have the momentum. They have the home crowd behind them. They have a lot. And I love that the match is in their best home field. Seattle is the United States' best home field out of anywhere else they could have played this in. That is their best crowd, and they will have that Monday night. And I don't care that Belgium's played 2 or 3 games in Seattle. I don't care. They didn't play 2 or 3 games in Seattle with this crowd coming into the building. Totally different situation. So it is what it is. It was a bad call, and it screws the United States against Belgium. I'm pumped for the match. I'm ready to go. Lots of comments here. Paulie, in the chat real fast.
Yeah, I
see.
see.
A couple of these.
I see. I'm sure they're all agreeing with me. I'm sure.
They don't like you.
No.
So,
and by the way, for the haters yesterday, because I brought up the fact that I played soccer for 13 years in high school, I wasn't saying that I was better than any professional soccer player. I was just talking about penalty kicks. And my coaches, when I was younger, they taught us to pick a corner and bury the ball. That's it. I wasn't trying to compare myself to professional players yesterday. But thank you for watching and giving me the business. But that's not what I was talking about. And if I can't be honest on this show about how I feel about certain things or how I view certain things, then there's really no point in me doing this, right? So we disagree on a couple of things. I'm ecstatic for the United States soccer that they won, and I think it's great. It's awesome.
Right.
But I'm also just trying to be realistic in terms of how I'm viewing this game. And I'm sorry if I'm upsetting people, but it's just the way it is. You know, you look at a rose a different way. You look at a tulip a different way. All right. Is it beautiful?
You might as well come down here with your Belgium shirt on Monday night and with the Belgium waffle on your head.
No, this is what I look. So go out and beat Belgium, right? And then you get the kid back and you move on. And that's an even bigger win for the United States. And that's all good stuff.
Chris says,
so look forward to it.
Chris says, such an important game. That's insane. I had no idea he was out for the next game. Steve says, the VAR red card crap reminds me of the year the NFL allowed coaches to challenge for missed pass interference. I agree. It was just awful. Peter says, such a major loss. It was uncalled for. Steve said, actually, Eddie in Columbus, how much pressure does this Pulisic now have to be the guy against Belgium? You hit it, Eddie. No Balogun. Pulisic needs to. He's got this Captain America persona that everyone has bestowed on him. Congratulations, Christian. You get to earn it on Monday night against Belgium, because without Balogun, you need to be the guy that sends them through. Soccer floppers are the worst in the world.
Thank you,
Peter. Are there reports that the Ecuadorian team and families were threatened by the Mexican cartels when they lost to Mexico? I would not put that. I would not be surprised at that whatsoever. Belgium with an all-time comeback in a do-or-die playoff game. That was an incredible win by Belgium yesterday. I still can't believe that Senegal blew that game. That's for sure. It's okay to disagree, but you need to have more juice. You got more juice. You got to be more excited about it. That's what that it is.
Don't tell me what kind of juice I got.
Now, Eddie, I understand. Eddie says they're 11-1-3 in Columbus, outscoring opponents 25-3. I know that, Eddie, but that Columbus, that is not like playing in Seattle. Seattle's a bigger stadium. It holds more people. It's just it's a phenomenal place. is what it is. So I am super excited for Monday night. We'll give you a who you got at the end.
And get excited. Be excited. I'm going to watch the game. I'm not as excited, but I'm all behind everybody else getting excited. Go USA. I'm not anti-USA.
I don't like it.
Yeah, well, I'm sorry.
So U.S.-Belgium.
I'm not sorry.
And the winner of that will play the winner of a couple of the winners today. So Spain play Austria at 3 o'clock East today. The winner of the Spain-Austria game will play the winner of Portugal-Croatia tonight, which is in Toronto, and it's going to be about $110 out in Toronto tonight for Portugal and Croatia.
If USA beats Belgium, that's depending on what happens. There's a good.
Well, that's where it ends against Spain.
Well,
they will not beat Spain. I don't care if Flo Balogun's playing. I
didn't want to be the negative guy to bring that up.
Well, I'm not being negative about that. That's realistic. Will I be rooting for them to win?
I can't be realistic.
What you said is not realistic.
Oh, come on.
You are off the beaten path. You're playing Darth Vader here for the United States team. It's not right. Like Boba Fett coming in and chasing down Han Solo here. I don't like it. I don't like it at all.
This is the
way. This is the way. They will not beat Spain. I will be rooting for them to beat Spain, but that's a realistic take.
But what if Spain?
Spain's one of the three best teams.
Kicks. They're losing penalty.
Well, and I don't think they would beat Portugal either. How about that?
Oh, there you go.
So I think Spain or Portugal, they wouldn't beat either of them. Okay, that's where I'm kind of at.
Germany's lost. The Netherlands lost. What's to say Portugal and Spain couldn't lose?
Also later tonight, Swiss play Algeria at 11 o'clock.
Send the cartel to those guys' hotel rooms.
Speaking of the cartel, and I'll do a who you got for this at the end. I'll do who you got for a lot of these matchups going into the weekend. Man, this with England winning, I was telling you yesterday, this match Sunday night in Mexico City.
That's going to be a good one.
England against Mexico at the Azteca is just going to be.
But it sounds like they're going to need to have James Bond there to protect them and keep the hotel quiet.
I mean,
can Her Majesty's service protect England prior to that game?
I hope so.
I wouldn't stay in Mexico. I'd stay
if I were them. Now you don't want to do this because they say because of the altitude and you want to get there as early as possible and adjust to it and all of those things. If I were them, I'd get there that morning. Like I wouldn't even give you a chance staying there, but they're going to go there. I would guess tomorrow or Saturday they'll get there well ahead of the match and try to adjust as much as they can. What a tough draw for England. They got to go to the Azteca. Steve says that England has no shot Sunday night against Mexico.
I disagree.
No shot.
They're bigger, taller, and stronger.
Oh, my goodness. I'll tell you who I like later. I'll give you who you got for England and Mexico and some of the other matches that are going to go on. Carver and Cuthbert, Go Sports Radio, here from Borrelli's Taproom in Long Beach on the island. It is 4th of July weekend. There is so many things going on at Borrelli's this weekend, Paulie, and I'm sure that you can tell me a few of those that are going to be happening.
All right. Thanks to the gang in the chat room today. Keep bringing it. We love it. I love all you guys, even though you think I'm Darth Cuthbert. It's all good. Anyway, we are broadcasting live from Borrelli's Taproom every Wednesday and Thursday afternoon, 12 p.m. Eastern, right here at 912 West Beach Street in Long Beach, in New York, home of the champion New York Knicks. That's right, baby. And it's Thursday down here in Long Beach, and that means at Borrelli's Taproom, it's carnivore night. So for $42.99, coming down here, you get a choice of pork, steak, or veal. You also get a choice of super salad. You get a dessert, and you get bottomless beers and endless wines for $42.99. And on top of that, you get live entertainment tonight every Thursday with Current and Company right here at 8 p.m. And then after Current and Company now, you got DJ Boots coming in. That's the Thursday night dance party starts after all the food and all the drinking, and then the drinking continues into the night. And then on Friday, live music continues here at Borrelli's. Free admission all weekend long. Evan Krieger is going to be here 7 p.m. on Friday, followed by DJ Litch and the Friday night dance party. On Saturday, Sean Jacob is going to be here 7 p.m. and then followed by DJ TM Select for the Saturday night dance party. Sunday, fun day. And that's, Saturday is 4th of July. So come on down here. We're your red, white, and blue. Going to be tons of bucket specials here too as well. Can't believe it's July 4th already. Start your Christmas shopping. It's unbelievable. Sunday fun day, 2 p.m. You got Ryan Scarano and Jim Loeffler. And then 5 p.m. Anthony Gal's going to be here, followed by DJ TM Select for the Sunday fun day dance party. So we got a packed weekend for you. Comedy is rolling as it always does here at Borrelli's. Joe List is going to be here on July 14th. Jim Norton's going to be here on July 21st. Des Bishop on July 29th. And Chris DiStefano on August 5th. Get all your tickets at Borrelli'sTaproom.com. Click on events or go to Eventbrite.com and search Borrelli's Comedy. Bingo Tuesdays. Bingo was packed this past Tuesday. Tommy running the show down here. It turns next Tuesday. Come down here for Bingo Tuesday. It was a great time. And we had music theme nights this week. We had 80s on Tuesday, and we had Billy Joel last night before the soccer game. And next week is Oasis night right here at Borrelli's. So come on down for that. Starts at 7 p.m. Free admission. You get $21 dinner specials, half-price bottles of wine. So come on down. So if you're an Oasis fan, especially if you're an England soccer club fan, because they're always singing Wonderwall, Oasis after the wins. And they might be singing it in Mexico coming up. So that'll be something to hear Wonderwall at the Azteca after England beats Mexico. It'll be good stuff. So that's what's going on at Borrelli's Taproom. And make sure you go to Borrelli'sTaproom.com and follow at Borrelli's Long Beach. And don't forget, anytime you walk into Borrelli's, just mention the CNC podcast and start your session with a free Miller Lite draft. Rock and roll, baby. Hey, welcome back. Hi, what's going on? Hey, where'd you get that hat? Because it's pretty awesome.
You like this hat?
Yeah, tell us about it.
The 250, Live Lucky 777.
Where'd you get that?
This is a Black Clover hat.
I like it. I like it.
Yeah, I got a lot of their gear. They should be sponsoring me at this point. I have so much stuff.
Work on that. Get that.
I need to start working on getting my Black Clover sponsorship. I sent you a message I need you to look at fast.
Okay, you got it.
So you can look at that message, and then you just give me the thumbs up that you have it. Carver and Cuthbert, Go Sports Radio, here live from Borrelli's Taproom in Long Beach.
That's a big yes, Mike.
Okay. On the island on a doors open Thursday. A little bit hotter than normal, doors open Thursday for us, but that's okay. We're still rocking and rolling here with everybody.
After the show, I'm just going to trot down and just dive right into the ocean.
And we do have that with you. I think Olivia wants to join you. She wants to dive into the ocean too today. Good job here. Everybody's still rolling. Good chat today. The English are playing at altitude for the first time in forever. They'll be gassed out by the first hydration break. I don't disagree with you, Steve. England are going to be, that is a really tough spot for them Sunday night. That is great television, man. I know it's a holiday weekend. You know what? You'll be hanging out Friday, Saturday, Sunday. By the time Sunday night, I'm telling you, even if you haven't watched a soccer match before, if you want drama, if you want entertainment, if you want excitement, England, Mexico, 8:00 on Sunday night is the way to finish your holiday weekend off in a big. That is going to be a classic at the World Cup. It really is.
Yeah,
it's going to be a phenomenal match.
You know, something I saw in the feeds yesterday, too, is a lot of people are switching over to the Spanish calls of the games.
Funny you mentioned that. I left here yesterday.
And we got to get it for bartender Johnny today.
Johnny's in. First time we don't have
for,
Tommy.
Beer Thursday. I have to go
Unbelievable. Tommy snaps his 69 show streak of working while we do the show. And Johnny rolls in today, and he picks up the slack time, which we love, which is great. Look at that. I had to on today, right? Beer Thursday for us down at Borrelli's. Look, a little lime, too. Look at you.
To the gang in the chat room
Yeah,
today.
great job, everybody. All right. Now, as I was saying, I don't even know what I was saying.
I was saying that a lot of people are switching over to the Spanish.
Oh, that's what you reminded me.
Because I also want to talk about this real quick.
So I left here, and it was 1-0 Congo when I left yesterday.
Yes.
We finished the show, and I was getting in the car. And I wanted to see what was going to happen, obviously. So because Fox owns the rights to everything World Cup related, you can't get it on Sirius XM. There's not even a live radio call of it. There's nothing.
When I was going home, too, I couldn't find it either.
You can't get nothing. So the Fox One app, which is the app now that Fox, they just started like before. It's a disgrace. Like you can't get on it. You can't log in. You can't do anything. So I'm in a spot like I'm about to pull away. I just want to hear what's happening. So I put on the Peacock app on my phone, and it was the Telemundo version, but I didn't care because I knew it was happening. Yep. And I wasn't watching it. You should never watch and drive, obviously. I put the phone down just so I could hear what's happening. And when the guy went nuts, I just had a red light. I had to look down and saw that Harry Kane scored and tied it at 1. And then he got the second goal. So I've been using the Telemundo feed when there's a match on when I'm doing the Bet River show because I'm not listening to it anyway because Peacock is so much easier to navigate than the dopey Fox One app that they put all this stuff on. So I am more than in. Tommy Streak ends at 69. Hang the banner for Tommy.
Awesome. The other thing on commentators.
Yes.
All right. There's two English guys that have been doing a couple of games here.
Yes.
And, I was talking earlier about the fake drama on the field. These guys trying to over-dramatize what's going on here.
Right.
Is a little sickening.
Okay.
Oh, he's put on his cleats. Oh, my God, he's walking on the field. I mean, just ridiculous. Like trying to just create stuff between plays that's nothing happened and just over the top. Again, a very nauseating part of it. And I am with everybody switching over to the Spanish commentary of the games because I actually think the best.
It's just too much. It's just, guys, I mean, they're calling the game. Look, I know it's in America. I know it's in the United States, but there are a lot of passionate soccer fans here in this country, and soccer is a footprint of sports here as far as, school from when the kids are like, 3, 4, 5 years old. There's soccer clubs and tournaments going on every weekend, every week here in America. So it's not like we're looking at soccer for the first time. And these English guys that Fox has hired to do some of these games,
Well,
they need to be slapped in the head.
I actually think the best guy doing the games, and nothing
The
against
guys doing the U.S. game last night, I thought they were good.
Strong and Holden are very good.
Yeah.
So John's
It's just calling the game.
So Strong's excellent.
Don't over-dramatize everything.
He's an excellent soccer play-by-play guy, and obviously Stuart Holden, former USA player, has done a great job moving in as the color guy for all these big World Cup games on Fox. He's been excellent. I love Ian Dark. So Ian Dark is he's old-time announcer. He was the lead guy, I think, at 2010 and 2014, and now he's like on the second games. He's doing them with Donovan. So it's Ian Dark and Landon Donovan, and I think Ian Dark's excellent. I love him because he's got that British voice. He's got all of it. He's great. Listen, he's not the guy you're talking about because he's outstanding. I'm not sure which one you heard that bothered you so much.
I'm trying to think of the game. There was a couple of games there. Just like I'm
Was
trying
it-
to think of some of the
Was it Darren Fletcher and Owen Hargreaves? Was it the England game yesterday? I don't think so.
It's like an English guy and maybe an Irish guy that doing the game, and the English guy is just way over the top. It's just like they want this win. They have to have this win. They're going to have this win.
JP Delacamera and Lori Lindsay did the Belgium Sweden game. JP's an American guy.
We don't have to dive too much into it. I'm just saying it's like, again, it's just part of the, forgive me, everybody.
Rob Stone is the studio host, Steve. So it wouldn't have been Rob Stone. Rob Stone's the studios. But either way,
But when
like
you
Paulie
have the
says,
BS that's happening on the field,
look out.
and then you have the added BS in the booth, it does. It kind of makes you just want to turn it off.
I understand. But Ian Dark's excellent, and he's actually my favorite play-by-play guy of all the World Cup. And
You'll have to send me an Ian Dark clip later.
He is doing the Spain game today.
Okay.
Him and Landon Donovan are doing the Spain game in Los Angeles. So
I'll tell you
that'll
what.
be-
Have those two guys been doing the games together?
yes.
Okay, so I have not watched the game with Donovan yet. So
Okay.
I don't.
So Ian, you listen
probably
today,
not
and
that
in
guy.
fact, I would bet even as little soccer as you watch, I would bet that when you hear Ian Dark, you'll remember him doing U.S. World Cup games in the last 20 years. You would remember him.
just remember, I watched the Premier League all year long.
Okay, I
Okay.
understand.
The international stuff, the World Cup stuff. I'm not the biggest
Now,
fan. As
what
everybody's
usually
finding out.
happens after a World Cup is, the Premier League season right after the World Cup, I'm usually very into it, like because I still have the itch and I get very involved.
Yeah, you're gonna have the friendlies, the tours that.
Well, there's so many players also that have now won me a lot of money that I want to. Like I love this, and I would never root for. I would never root for Man City. Like I know you're a big United guy, and I'm not. I would never root for Man City. I don't like them at all. I love this Holland. This dude with the Norwegian dude with the ponytail. Like he's awesome.
As much as
awesome.
I loathe Manchester City,
You gotta like that guy.
No, I don't have to like them.
Well, you respect him.
I have to respect what they've done here. Now,
Yeah.
we could go into another podcast here about the way they've operated that franchise,
Right.
so on and so forth. But at least the luster's coming off a little bit, and I think things are going to be starting to change. Man U is hopefully on a big turn.
Big swing.
Carrick coming back.
What I love about this guy is like he's like the Norwegian Thunderbolt with the ponytail, and like he's just a monster in the box, and he's just
outside of the Lou. I'm a Norwegian fan.
He's fun to root for, and like I said, he's put.
Well, that's a trip that there's three kids on that team, and their fathers all played on the team years ago.
I saw that.
That's pretty amazing.
The Norwegian, and they got a tough one, man. They play Brazil at MetLife on Sunday.
I would love. I tell you what, if Norway beats Brazil, I will get on the floor and I will do the row. I will do the row.
Yeah,
I'll do the Lou. Okay. I would love them. If there's a team out there that I can't stand, it's Brazil.
Yeah, I understand.
And they're right there with Argentina.
And
my dislike for them is respect for them as football countries. But you talk about Messi getting away with murder and all that other stuff. Brazil's another one too. Anyway,
Steve in the chat is asking, can this Lamine Yamal score today? I certainly hope so. I'm going to be betting him for Spain. He's a young kid on Spain. He's like the next superstar coming through, this Yamal. Louis Rios in the chat today. How about that? Look at Louis involved. We know he's on vacation. Very busy.
You know why? Because he's on vacation.
Is that why he's getting to watch? Because he's on vacation? That's good.
He might be.
You're ready, yo. Pizza time, Olivia. Olivia's ready.
Well, what are you doing in the chat room? I thought you'd be out there picking tulips or something.
Louis Rios is here for us today. All right. Carver and Cuthbert, Go Sports Radio. Live from Borrelli's Taproom in Long Beach. On the island. We'll circle back to this in the Who You Got before we leave, and I'll give you some Who You Gots for some of the matches coming up this weekend. But, I mean, we have to discuss what's happened with the Yankees here over the past couple of days.
I was really hoping we were going to talk about hockey, but anyway.
I know you were hoping that, but unfortunately, Paulie, we are going to talk about hockey too. I'm not going to leave that alone because I know you're excited about the new vision of the New York Rangers and the new vision of Chris Drury with some of the moves that he made yesterday. But, man, swept at home by the Tigers after getting swept in Boston by the Red Sox. The Yankees have now lost 7 in a row. Have not looked good doing it. Now, yesterday they did come back and tie the game, and then they blew up for them in extras. But you can turn your frown upside down because the Minnesota Twins are coming to town tomorrow.
It might be different this year.
It doesn't matter if the Yankees have lost 30 in a row or they've won 30 in a row, or if the Twins have won 30 in a row. The Yankees always beat the Twins.
So you think they're going to sweep them?
Yes.
Okay, so let's look ahead. Say the Yankees get swept and or lose the series.
Fire everyone if you get swept by the Twins.
Okay, because this will be like one of the first times that it happened in a long.
If you get swept by the Twins, fire everyone.
So this is another benchmark here of this really horrendous stretch.
By the way, they go to Tampa Monday.
Well, what a wild ride this has been, because did Tampa win last night? Because
did they win? Have you seen what this Caminero's doing lately?
So they've won every time the Yankees have lost during this stretch, right? So
the Rays now have
another
just 3.5 game lead on the Yankees.
Hammer on the nail here.
The Rays now have the best record in the American League at 50-33. Caminero has homered in 6 straight games.
Phenomenal.
8 homers in those 6 games. He'll go for 7 in a row tonight. And he probably get it. I mean, it's been hot, humid, and winds blowing out at Kauffman Stadium in Kansas City, and they've got this who's Kolik's pitching for the Royals tonight. I could see it just. This guy's on fire right now. It's been an animal.
Look, the Yankees have done all this damage to themselves. They had the opportunity to, they given the Sox a little life. Tampa Bay's back in it now. They had series and teams that they should have beat. Should have taken care of injuries aside and everything else. And I know we went into this yesterday too. I mean, this is such a bad look as far as the Yankees, as far as their organization, their scouting, their farm team, this depth that they're supposed to have, injuries and so it's just such a bad look for the Yankees. It's really, really crumbling here. And if we're all sitting here waiting for Judge and Stanton, and I think Fried has to get back as soon as he can, because I think, but it's bad, man. It really is bad. So we talk about the Twins coming in, supposed to be excited about this, but I'm telling you, man, if I don't have any confidence about them beating the Twins, to be honest with you.
Yeah,
And how are the Twins playing? Let's just kind of look at
they actually, I think they won in Houston last night. So, I mean, they're not playing awful. They're like 4 or 5 games under 500 at this point. But it doesn't matter.
They're 5-5 in their last 10.
Yankees always beat them. Always.
This might be
beat them.
The Yankees are making new losing records this year for the franchise. They're also matching historic franchise losses or, stretches of, certain things that they're doing here. So, I mean, why not? The Twins got to come in and say, why not us?
I don't think so. I think that they even know that when they come here, it's over. They know before they know when they get off the plane, oh, God, we're here again. It's just misery for them. It's just no shot. Eddie asked Caminero for AL MVP. I'll tell you, Eddie, he would get my vote today. I think I know a lot of Yordan Alvarez is having like a triple crown type of season for Houston. I think that Caminero has been incredible, and he would be the guy for me. A challenge to Olivia in the chat too. Of course, Willie has eaten like 3 whole pies in the last 2 weeks. I did see, and earlier in the chat, somebody said, can Olivia match Willie's pizza consumption? And I would have to say no. I don't think Olivia can eat the whole pie by herself. Can you, Olivia? I don't think so. She's ignoring. She thinks I'm embarrassing her now because there's a lot of people in here now. So now
she's deciding what she wants to do.
She's deciding. Little Willie has eaten the most pizza at Borrelli's. Hang the banner for him too.
Gotta get some banners made.
A lot of banners to be made for them here. But I say 3-game sweep for the Yankees this weekend, heading into the Tampa series.
I am going to disagree with you. I think Minnesota wins this series, but they've got bigger problems, man. Bigger problems than the Twins. And, man, Tampa Bay next week, too. I just I have no answers for it. I don't know if there are any Yankee fans out there who have any answers for it. And anybody who's positive, trying to find the positive here and blaming it on guys being out or whatever. I mean, you have professional baseball players. If they're playing on the Yankees, they're supposed to be professional baseball players, and they're just not cutting it.
Would you like
I mean, the hitting has just been abhorrent.
Yeah. That's been
and tie that with Schlittler and Cole struggling and stuff. I mean, if you gave them some sort of run support, maybe that's not so bad. Pitchers have to, they're going to go through some swoons here. But the Yankees' entire lineup, no matter how Booney puts them out there, switches them up, it's just no good. And it fascinates me how guys all of a sudden can just go into the tank. And man, geez, Austin Wells, the catcher situation. It's always been a historic position for the New York Yankees, and it's the worst that it's ever been. So I don't have any answers, Michael. I don't think people are coming to this particular show to listen to me for the answers.
Where's Pretty Boy Judge? Chris wants to know. Where's Pretty Boy? I know
supposedly
at least
he has to be what's it called, the term imaging?
Yeah.
That's not happening.
He hasn't even had the imaging yet. You got a long time before you see him, and at least he's not in the carbonite like Giancarlo Stanton is.
So if Judge gets back in the lineup tomorrow, right? Maybe it helps a little about their defense settings in the outfield.
Well, just to be clear, that's not happening.
But
just so we know,
most of the time here, I mean, it's the supporting cast. Can we look at how bad all the guys Cashman has in this lineup with Stanton out, with Judge out?
We ran it back.
I mean, that's the most alarming part.
Running it back is fine unless guys get hurt, which is what's happened here.
Ouch.
And unfortunately,
that's
the way it goes. And now you actually this week also have guys getting sick. They've got the sniffles and the stomach flus and all the. Did they fire the chef after? I mean, Goldie couldn't hit yesterday.
The Yankees need a food tester. Hire a food tester now.
Well, I think things will be fine because the Twins always turn the frown upside down. They're going to be perfectly fine after they go and take on them. Would you like?
Lost last night, huh?
They lost on Canada Day in Toronto, yeah. Now, would you like some of the highlights from Steve Cohen's appearance with John Heyman and Joel Sherman?
Yes, I would, because I didn't see it and I didn't hear it. So, yeah, I'm definitely would love to hear it.
So, I told you yesterday he did speak. He went on this podcast and talked to these two guys. I'll give you some of the highlights. On what's gone wrong for the Mets. Quote, if you asked me at the beginning of the season, I never would have expected this. It's horrendous. Well, at least he says that. That's fair.
He's honest.
Cohen on the Mets fan base. Quote, my life is going great except for one thing. I watch every game. I'm dying with the fans. Fans text and email. I answer back. They build their whole lives around the baseball season. When you take the joy away, it's a fair reaction. Understands the fans being upset. Okay. Fair enough there. On the future, obviously this year seems to be in the gutter. So on the future, 2027 could be tougher, he said. We have to wait on who opts in and who opts out. We could be close to 300 million before anything else. When I look at 27, I get concerned. It's going to be a weird year. This is where I look to my front office to be creative. So that's why he has the nerd, to be creative. So this guy Stearns, I thought he was pretty creative this offseason when he got rid of all the guys who had been here for years and had, performed here and brought in all these other guys that got hurt. So that was
Probably
one thing that
find
he
some
did.
creativity up in Soda Sweet.
On the trade deadline strategy, he says, it reminds me of 2023. I'm not afraid of going down the path to sell. The reality is it'll play out and we will know it's going to be obvious. On getting rid of Carlos Mendoza, I actually saw this one. I watched this video. Basically, I'll paraphrase it. He basically got rid of Mendoza because he felt bad for the guy. He's like, he's got to go up there and answer these questions every day. I felt like he needed a break. So I let him go home. He said, we weren't going to bring him back after the season anyway. The guy's being tortured every day by the media. I felt bad for him and told him to get out of here.
I like that.
So at least he's honest.
I like that
on that aspect. What else? There was another good one I had here. Steve Cohen says he wants to get more involved by asking questions. Quote, what the hell happened here? You can have good process and decisions don't work out. Trust me, I'm holding them accountable and they know it. Okay. Let's see. Where was the one on? Oh, I saw Soto and Lindor. You've brought this up a lot about these two guys not getting along last season.
Mm-hmm.
Quote, I am told and believe strongly that these guys are getting along much better. And so I just don't see that being an issue anymore. Well, the reason why they've gotten along so much better this year is because they never played at the same time.
Yep. Together.
One was hurt and the one played. Then the other got hurt. The other played. This is the first time they've both been in the lineup together all year. So how could you really know if it's been better or not? There you go. Some highlights from Steve Cohen with Heyman and Sherman on the New York Post podcast.
Heyman and Sherman getting the word. Yeah, look, I mean, it's just tough here for New York baseball. It just really, really is.
It's a good question, Chris. Who are the Mets selling? Yes.
That is a great question.
Who would you sell of it? Peralta. Who would buy him? I don't know. I'd get rid of that guy as fast as possible. He stinks. Freddie Peralta. Oh, my God. That might be the best thing that happened. I'm not signing him to that extension. He's so awful. Who do they got this weekend?
What a place
I
to
feel
be in
bad at this
July.
point, even continuing
The
to
Mets and the Yankees.
beat down on them here. But,
Big boys are coming.
in Atlanta for 4.
Yeah,
A wraparound series with the Braves starting
Braves
tomorrow
are
night.
licking their chops right now.
That's tough. I give you this also every week. The Mets are still only 10 games back of the third wild card.
Not after the Brave series.
Double digits now. First time all year, double digits in the wild card.
Not after the Brave series. There's no way.
Man, the Braves, that's a tough haul. They got to go play them. It's actually worse than that.
Who do they got in and around the Braves?
Actually not too bad. They go Braves for 4 on the road, then home 3 for the Royals, 3 for the Red Sox, and then back to Philadelphia, and then to Milwaukee, and then the Dodgers. So that's a bad stretch. Look at this stretch here.
Oh.
Now, I think this is out of the All-Star break. It is.
Oh.
So out of the All-Star break, at Philly, at Milwaukee, home Dodgers, home Braves. 4 series after the All-Star break. Now that will
The only good thing about that is those Braves and Dodgers at home tickets are going to be cheap, and I'll be able to take the little guy.
Right.
So because he likes to play catch the wiffle balls up top of right field there. So,
yeah, I would be betting some Olsen homers this weekend, Chris. I have no problem with that whatsoever. They're tough, man. Got the Braves on a holiday weekend down in Atlanta. It'd probably be a buck
Cohen's
20
right.
Down
Cohen's
there.
looked at the schedule already. He knows.
He knows what's happening.
Yeah,
he knows it's over.
It's over.
So it's
over and done.
It's very much over for us here. All right, Carver and Cuthbert, Go Sports Radio, live from Borrelli's Taproom in Long Beach on the island. Before we get into the hockey moves yesterday and your new look Rangers, would you like to tell everybody one more time what's going on at Borrelli's?
It'd be my pleasure. Once again, Carver and Cuthbert Borrelli's going to sing live every Wednesday and Thursday,
from Borrelli's Taproom right here at 912 West B Street in Long Beach, in New York, baby, home of the champion, New York Knicks. That's right. Let's not forget about it, even though it's kind of a little bit of distance in the past, but we're champs, baby. It's awesome. So it's Thursday. It's carnival night right here at Borrelli's Taproom. That means for $42.99, you come down, you get a choice of steak, veal, pork, super salad, and you get a dessert. And you also get bottomless beers and endless wines, all for $42.99 right here, carnival night on Thursdays. In addition to that, now you get live music on Thursday nights with Current and Company starting at 8 p.m. And tonight will be a special Thursday night dance party after the live music with DJ Booch. So gunning down here Thursday night. It's beautiful. Come in off the beach. Come in from wherever you are. Hang out here. Eat well, drink well, and enjoy the entertainment. Friday, live music turns here as well. Evan Krieg is going to be here at 7 p.m., followed by DJ Litch for the Friday night dance party after that. And then on Saturday, 4th of July, come on down. Sean Jacoby is going to be here at 7 p.m. and then followed by TM Select, DJ TM Select for the Saturday night dance party. And then on Sunday, fun day, lots going on here. At 2 p.m., we got Ryan Scorano and Jim Loeffler live at 2 p.m. And then at 5 p.m., we have Anthony Gal live, and he's going to be followed by DJ TM Select as well for the Sunday fun day dance party. Follow, check out at Borrelli's Long Beach on the IG. All the bucket specials are on there. Just great stuff, great food, all kinds of specials here at Borrelli's. You can't miss a great time down here. Live music, all kinds of great foods. Come on down here, Borrelli'sTaproom.com for any further information. All right, here's the comedy lineup coming down here to Borrelli's in the next few weeks. We got Joe List here on July 14th. Jim Norton's going to be here on July 21st. Des Bishop's going to be here on July 29th. And then Chris DiStefano will be here on August 5th. There are some tickets left for all these shows. Go to Eventbrite.com and search Borrelli's Comedy, or go to Borrelli'sTaproom.com and click on events. Music theme nights, a couple good nights here last week. We had 80s night on Tuesday, and then we had Billy Joel night last night before the soccer game. All good stuff. Next week, it's Oasis night on Wednesday, July 8th. So come on down for Oasis theme night, live music, the best of Oasis, $21 dinner special, half-price bottles of wine, free admission. So come on down. And don't forget, on Tuesdays, it's Bingo Tuesdays with Tommy the bartender, who missed his first show today after 68 runs. And he missed it. We miss him dearly. He's getting a well-deserved day off here today. And bartender Johnny's in the place, doing a hell of a job here as place is starting to fill up here at Borrelli's.
Yeah.
Thursday afternoon lunch kind of day.
It's
down here on the beach of Long.
Do you know what's great about this place is that you could just, it's a couple, you can go down to the beach, you take a little break, come in, have a seat, have a little lunch, and you head back down to the beach afterwards on a day like today where it is scorching. I mean, it's no diet. It's hot out today.
And if you're thirsty and if you're short in the pocket, you can walk in here and mention the Carver and Cuthbert podcast, and they just give you an ice cold free Miller Lite
and it won't be
draft.
empty like mine is now.
Free Miller Lite draft.
You do get that.
You can't walk into bars and get free stuff, but you can at Borrelli's.
You certainly
if you
can.
mention the CNC podcast. There you go.
There you go. Here. All right, a few more things, Paulie, before we get out of here. For the
Talking
weekend.
some puck on a
For the
hot
holiday
July
weekend.
day. You kidding me?
Yeah, so free agency yesterday. And, I'm going to give you the whole thing, but let's start with the first major deal for the Rangers, and that obviously was Vinny Trocheck going to Utah. Rangers get Sean Durzi, Cole Baudouin, and a third-round pick in 2027 back in the deal. Before we kind of add all the other things that happen along with it, just first on Trocheck, because it seemed a situation where the Rangers really didn't want to, I think, per se, get rid of Trocheck, but it sounded like maybe he was kind of the one that facilitated the move and not the Rangers. It sounded like he was ready to move on to
Yeah, I'm actually
pastures.
surprised he went to Utah. I mean, I'm not surprised in the fact. Look, I think the owner of Utah is fantastic. I think they got a great coach. They got a great young team.
Yeah.
Just as a franchise, what they've done here in a couple of seasons has been phenomenal. I'm in. I'm a huge fan. We talked about it. The Winter Classic is going to be there next year. So, seeing Trocheck and Anders Lee, that starts Utah as a destination place for free agents, and for them as a franchise, I think is huge. So, Vinny had some amazing moments here in New York. I was always a big fan of him, but unfortunately, I think whether it's just the systems that Turk and Laviolette and Sully put in here the last couple of seasons, and it just really didn't work out for these guys. Like I said, Turk, I thought, had a great run, and Labs had that first year great run. But after that, it's just kind of going downhill, and you lose a couple of key guys that he was in the mix with, whether it's Panarin or Kreider. It's all gone. That's whole thing. So this is part of it. I'm impressed that he went to Utah. I thought he would have maybe went somewhere else, which is more of a contender.
I think that's another conversation we can have maybe after we get through the Ranger side of things, because obviously there's another move that Utah made yesterday involving the other New York team, and I think we could talk about what that does for them. But just as the Rangers as a whole, Trocheck out, Will Borgen out.
Yep.
A couple of prospects and picks, but this is all that came in yesterday. Corpusalo, which I mentioned to you before for backup goalie. Joe Villano, 1 year, $1.2 million. Oliver Borkstad, 1 year, $4.5 million. Jersey in the trade. Marcus Pettersson from Vancouver, who was with, of course, Sully in Pittsburgh. So there's a lot of familiarity there. Center prospect Cole Bourdouin, we said in the Trocheck deal, a 27 third, a 27 second, a conditional 2028 third. Rangers brought in a lot of assets yesterday. And look, guys who, I think Borkstrand's a good player. I think he's a helpful player. I think that Marcus Pettersson, because he knows the Sully system so well, is a natural fit to be brought in. I mean, that when you look at that and you read off that list of stuff that they did yesterday, there's nothing that really jumps off the page as excitement. Now you should probably add Dorofeyev into the mix here, because that also was a move in the last couple days that is kind of the sizzle for all of it. I've seen some mixed reaction from Ranger fan wise, whether I think that they're doing as much as they can with
Cup champion roster.
But I think that they're doing as much as they can with the space that they have to do with it.
Yes, and I think with a couple of the young draft picks they got, Green Tree and so on and so forth, coming in. I mean, the camp is going to be interesting. I think a lot of these trades could be part of more moves, maybe the start of the season, middle of the season next year. The Rangers, you talk about team identity and everything else. I mean, I don't know. Miller really didn't have a great year last year. A lot of us as Ranger fans very disappointed as far as him being the captain, acting like a captain, all that other stuff. So there's so much still unanswered with the guys that, Zibanejad, Lafreniere, Miller, Foxy here. Schneider's still in there. They got rid of Johnny Brzezinski. So, and then you got Shesty in the back. So I don't know. I don't know how this is going to meld. And unfortunately, I'm not a Sullivan fan. So, I'm going to sit back and watch. I'm excited about the camp and some of the young guys coming in. And I don't know what Drury's doing here. And if it's financial reasons, if it's just moving some things out and then finally scraping off the last bits of the guys that he can, with who were tied to, Panarin and Kreider, who are gone now, and Tree was gone.
Right.
So I really don't know what to expect from this team. I mean, they kind of played semi-okay at the end of the year with a lot of the young guys and stuff, but it was at the end of the year. We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Look, I don't know how much you can expect going into next season. I mean, is there a plan in place, I guess, for the future? It's
those, like I said, it's on paper. There's not a lot of names to it.
Yeah,
this guy.
There's not a lot to get you excited.
Not really. Yeah, exactly. I think
there's not a lot to get you excited.
That's the short of it, Mike. I think you nailed it.
And when they were, and I'm not trying to needle here. They were so bad last year. They just were. They were. Is Dorofeyev that and Borkstad, and is that much to make them even a contender from what they were last year?
If they put the pucks in the net, man, I don't know. We'll see.
Now on the other side of town,
the
Islanders.
Captain is gone.
Captain out. Anders Lee to Utah.
Where am I going to sell my kids?
3 years, and he got like five.
Jerseys.
He got around $5 million a year, which good for him. He got a lot, and I think the term, and Darsh said this yesterday, was that obviously they weren't willing to go term with him. I believe that they only wanted 1 year, go a year at a time, and fair play to Lee to get 3-year deal from Utah.
And again, going to Utah, that's
but that's where this will open this door. I think Utah obviously has to make a commitment like that to get a guy like him in the door. Now, Utah was a young team this season that made the playoffs
and played Vegas well.
And lost in 6 games. And now you take that group and you mix in two guys who now neither has won a cup, but they've played a billion playoff games in their life, and Anders Lee and Vinny Trocheck, and you integrate them with that young Utah team. And suddenly, Paulie, those are good ads for them.
Two excellent leaders there.
No question. And it's possible, and I don't know enough about the Utah Hockey Club of what locally they were saying when they lost to Vegas, but maybe leadership and veteran leadership was something that they were missing in that group, and they made a point to get Trocheck and Lee to fill that void.
I mean, you want to back up here a little bit, right? When the Coyotes were playing in that college arena there.
Yes,
right?
It's Arizona State.
We're going back, 3 years now?
Yeah, Arizona State.
Years.
Yeah.
And now look at this. They've moved to Utah. They have an incredible ownership. What they've done to the arena, they're totally bought in. The rebranding, everything else. That's a great franchise, and getting into the playoffs with a great coach, with a good young team. And to me, like I said, it stands out that if these two guys going to Utah, it opens the door for the future of this, because if Lee and Trocheck have some success here, which I think they will, that just bodes well, and I think it's just smart for their franchise, their owner, what they're doing here.
Right.
And because Utah's gorgeous. It's a great place to live.
And I tweeted this yesterday. Lee, enjoy the ski cabin. I mean, it's great. I mean, you get to go up there, and
it's like Colorado, man.
Yeah.
Like Colorado's a destination place for players. It's good stuff. So Utah's on the map here a little bit. So I like it.
Yeah, it is.
I like it.
And look,
who's going to be the captain now on Long Island?
I think it'll be Bo Horvat. I would be my guess.
Yeah, right.
I think it'll be Bo. They really didn't do much yesterday either. They signed this Maselli, who had 14 or 15 goals for Toronto last year. They signed some other depth defenseman from the Blues. They signed the Vanchek, the backup goalie from Utah. But for Darsh to sit there then after all that, losing Lee and adding really not much, to say, I still consider us a playoff team. Yeah, you didn't make the playoffs this year. So now the one thing I'll say to him is I feel like any time that your lineup has Ilya Sorokin and Matthew Schaefer in it, you probably should consider yourself a playoff team, because those two guys are so damn good. But I don't agree with his assessment that they're still a playoff team. I don't agree with that. Yeah, you can't forget about that guy.
Forgetting about the guy.
Can't forget about that guy at all. A couple of other things before we do some Who You Got.
Oh, this came out of the wire.
What do you got on the wire?
Alex Ovechkin has re-signed with the Caps.
How much they give him?
1 year for $4.25
good for him.
million.
I mean, the guy's made $1 billion in his career. So, I mean, it's not that – it wasn't money. It was but Caps are a team – like we were just saying how the Rangers –
They made some good moves.
We said how the Rangers and Islanders are kind of in neutral with some of the stuff that they did. The Caps went out and they got Kyrou and they got Alex Tuck and they got – they made some moves to get better and to move themselves forward. That's what you like to see. And then Ovi, of course, is going to sign back up for that. When you add pieces like that around,
they got a good coach.
Carberry's a good coach. I agree. So Knight and Logan Thompson, of course, played very well for them this year. So I think the Caps are a very good squad. All right, a couple things before we do some Who You Gots for the weekend, and that was the NBA trade yesterday. Very stunning. Jalen Brown going from the Celtics to the Sixers. An in-division trade, a rival trade, with Paul George, who, let's be honest, is washed, going back, and some first-round picks like a decade from now also being in the deal. This is very surprising to me in the aspect that, man, did the Celtics want this guy out so badly, and he was causing so much problems for them that they had to send him to a division rival for Paul George, who's just so washed. But I'm telling you, Paulie, this Brown, he's a good player, man, and he didn't get enough credit. He won the East MVP and the Finals MVP the year that they won, and it almost felt like nobody cared. He's going to go into Philly, and I know that's a tough spot because you have Maxey, you have Embiid, you have Edgecombe now. I think Brown is going to go off in Philly, and I think he's going to have a monster season. I really do. I think he's going to have a huge year for them.
Good for Philly.
And I think it's a great trade for them. I don't know what Brad Stevens and the Celtics are doing in this deal.
Is it money or is something behind the doors?
Well, I think there was some hurt feelings because they were going to he was the piece, I guess, they were dangling for Giannis.
Gotcha.
And when they didn't get Giannis, then they had an upset Jalen Brown. And I think that he's also felt a little upset because even when Tatum being out, he was the leader and he didn't get enough credit for that. When he won MVP. They didn't give enough credit for that. It was a very weird relationship.
Yeah.
And now he gets to go down to Philly, which, look, it could be a zoo down there. And we know Embiid doesn't play a lot. And Maxi's awesome. And Edgecombe had a great rookie year. So very intriguing with Jalen Brown going to the Sixers.
He must have had a play in it as far as them keeping him in vision. You know, he must have had some kind of say.
I can't. I'm stunned because usually a guy like that who's that
good,
they
didn't jettison him to the other side.
But that's what I mean. When you have a player who's that good,
had to be something in his claws somewhere.
You wouldn't want to, you'd want to get him as far away from you where he can't hurt you.
Look forward to the book, man. Find out.
That's pretty wild that they trade him to Philly, which was a really out of nowhere thing. We still don't really have any answers yet going into this weekend. I'm sure we will like an hour after we get off on the LeBron stuff. It sounds like it's Cleveland or Golden State, whatever situation happens there. Maybe Miami. I don't know. He'd have to take a lot less money to go to Miami, which I don't think he'd be willing to do at the end of the day. So NBA and NHL, lots of activity for us here. All right, who you got for the weekend before we get out of here?
All right, let's go.
You ready? First, who you got? 4 games for the Mets in Atlanta against the Braves starting tomorrow night. A wraparound series. They'll play Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday in Atlanta. Reeling. Who's the manager? Andy Green.
Bringing the manager?
I'm just kidding. I know it's Andy Green at this point. Who you got? How many games for the Mets this weekend in Atlanta?
I think the Braves crushed them. But I think they just look at this. This is a rival. This is this is a wounded franchise. This is the Braves, and with the Phillies breathing down their necks here, I think the Braves got to go out and take every game. I think
the Braves win 3 out of 4.
Yeah, well,
it'll
probably end them. Yeah,
I'll give them a game.
Yeah,
let's not kick them while they're down. Give them a game.
I'm not. I just think the Braves are going to
give them a game.
The Braves are a team that are going to, unlike the Yankees, going to take advantage of this and try and just, especially with regards to the Phillies here.
Speaking of the Yankees,
lay the hammer down. Well, the axe, right?
Yeah, so the tomahawk. Speaking of the Yankees, 3 games at home against the Twins this weekend. A team that usually they destroy. Turn the frown upside down. 7-game losing streak. Look, it's the Twins. I believe we had it in the chat yesterday. Somebody put in 44-11 against them in like the last 20 years or something like that. And as bad as they're playing right now, I'm a believer in it. And I think they sweep the Twins this weekend.
All right, I'm going to disagree.
Okay.
I think the Twins will win the series because this is just a different Yankees team. It's a team we haven't seen being as bad as they are. Man, 7 in a row. Oh my God.
Well, and then I'll double back this with this because we're back on Wednesday here, obviously.
Yes.
4 games with the Rays starting Monday in Tampa at the Trop. So they'll play 2 games before me and you get back together on Wednesday. Then they're going to play Wednesday and Thursday. I mean,
I hope they find a way, man. It's just frustrating, man. I mean, Cody and Benny, they got to hit the ball, man.
Well, when all those other guys are out of the lineup, those guys really gotta pick up the slack a little bit, right? Got to pick up the slack.
Opie's still in there.
That's what they need to do in that aspect. I think that they'll split the 2 games before we come back on Wednesday.
Give us something, boys.
That would be where I would be at.
Give us something
in terms of all of that.
Show a little fight.
All right. Well, I'll save the biggest World Cup who you got for last. All right.
Okay.
Which is going to be the Belgium waffle game on Monday night.
Yes.
In Seattle. I will tell you today, I expect Spain and Portugal tonight to win and set up a great round of 16 matchup between those 2 squads. Saturday, I'll give you a couple things for this weekend. Saturday, Canada, Morocco. Do the Canadians continue to move on here? Now, I told you this, Morocco, very, very good team. Very, very good team.
Go Canada. Let's go.
I would love to see it, but I think Morocco wins. I'm sorry. I apologize.
I think Canada wins 1-0.
I say Morocco wins 2-0. How about that? I think France will pulverize Paraguay. They had their moment beating Germany in that one matchup. Sunday at MetLife, $2,200 a ticket right now to see Brazil against Erling Haaland in Norway. At 4:00, it is going to be blazing at MetLife on Sunday for Brazil and Norway. I mean, blazing. Can the Norwegian Viking, Erling Haaland, beat mighty Brazil? Can they do it?
I hope so, but I don't think so.
I don't think so either. I think Brazil
And I
wins.
think you bring up a big thing. The heat, too, is going to be tough.
That's good. Brazil loves that. Brazil eats that stuff up. They're going to be perfectly fine and all that. Sunday night, the Azteca in Mexico City.
Mm-hmm.
England and Mexico, an absolute, just a must-watch game. I mean, I don't care if you don't like soccer. Just watch. That place is hell on earth, and England's going there to play against Mexico, who haven't conceded a goal yet in this tournament. I mean, it's as good as it gets. And I can't believe I'm going to do this. I think England finds a way.
Me too.
And I think it might take one of these. And now England never win on penalties. That's one thing about them. At these big tournaments, they always lose on penalties. So I think it's got to be before penalties. But I think they find a way, some kind of 1-0 Harry Kane saving the day.
I don't know how they're going to do it. I don't know what kind of score it'll be, but I think England wins. I think you're right. I think they find a way.
They find a way. Now, the Belgium waffle game Monday night in Seattle. United States against Belgium. No Flo Balogun because of the embarrassing decision by the official last night. Really hurts my feelings about this game. I think if they had Balogun, I would have no hesitation saying United States beat Belgium on Monday night. A game I have been expecting and wanting because I want them to finally beat a team of this level on a big stage. It's going to be extremely difficult without Balogun. I would have thought, I wouldn't say easy, but I would have thought they would have definitely won. Now I'm like 65, 70%. I still think they win. And they're going to need this Pulisic to put the cape on and finally be Captain America for them. But I think that they beat Belgium on Monday night. I
think the United States beats Belgium in penalty kicks.
Penalties!
Goes to penalties.
So now you got them winning.
In penalties.
Okay, I'll take it. Listen, I'm going to tell you right now. I don't care if it's in regular time, extra time, penalties, Parcheesi. I don't care what it is.
I think that's
as long as they win, I'm in.
I think that's how the USA have to play that game. They've got to, since they're using, I think they've got to play that game that way and get it to penalty kicks.
United States 2, Belgium 1
Wow.
On Monday night.
All right.
Pulisic scores.
Place will be rocking.
And Ricardo Pepi scores the other goal for the United States.
All right.
Okay, that's my prediction. They get revenge for losing to Belgium in the 2014 knockouts in Brazil. Revenge angle here, too. Paulie, great job today.
You too, my friend.
Well, great job.
I'm sorry. No, I didn't mean to upset you at the start of the show. You
didn't upset me.
I mean, I'm just keeping it real.
I'm just letting you know it was a bad call.
It's all right.
Bad call, and it wasn't.
We don't have to agree on everything.
The game was boring to you because the United States dominated the game. That's why it was boring to you. The United States pushed it, and they made Bosnia look bad.
Come on, let's end it in positive.
All
let's
right,
not
fine.
go backwards.
Enjoy 4th of July weekend.
Yes, you too.
Have a safe, happy, and healthy 4th of July weekend. Come
Great
down to Borrelli. Do you want to say one more time before we go?
No. Everybody knows
we're good. Everybody's got everything.
Taproom.com.
Huge weekend ahead, 4th of July weekend. A lot going on down here. We are back Wednesday at noon. Noon East on Wednesday. And then we're off the week after that.
We take a vacation the week after. Yep.
We will have plenty to discuss next Wednesday and Thursday while we are here.
We'll get those banners made up.
Get the banners for Willie and for Tommy. Tommy needs one from 69 shows. Willie needs one for the pizzas. So we'll get them all set up. Carver and Cuthbert, Go Sports Radio, live from Borrelli's Taproom in Long Beach on the island. Have a great 4th of July weekend. We will see you back here next week.